Inspired by design for the month of July, I'm Beth O'Reilly, and we're getting inspiration from Mother Nature herself, creating an amazingly stunning tablescape with a driftwood tree. Now Mayesh helped me source this driftwood tree, which is made with a wood slice and lots of different branches. And the way we're going to start this design is by attaching the Oasis igloo cages throughout the driftwood tree. And I'm going to use the aluminum wire just because it grabs things so easily, and I know that they're on there very securely and they're not going to move. And it's also a decorative wire, so it's easy to cover up. I'm also going to be creating a beautiful runner to go at the bottom of this. And how I'm going to do that is the Oasis garlands. I've actually covered these with saran. So this not only is going to help in the messiness, like to not get any Oasis on the table, it's also going to help keep the moisture in. So our flowers like hydrangea that need to drink a lot will have just a little bit of extra security. The flowers that I was inspired to use for this design is a palette of creams with the muted tones, the kind of sandy champagnes and greens. So I've got Vendela roses, and I wanted to show you guys quickly about reflexing roses. Reflexing roses is what I've done to these roses here, and it's a really easy technique. It opens them up so that you can really see. It takes up a lot of space in your foam. It really adds a richness and a lushness to your designs if you take the time to go ahead and reflex them. And basically you're just pulling each petal individually and kind of flipping it backwards inside out. As you can see, these Vendela roses almost look like a gardenia when they're reflexed. So this is going to take up a lot of space in my foam, and it's really going to add just an extra elegant touch. I always like to start most of my designs by basing things in with hydrangea, and I have white hydrangea and I have some of the green hydrangea. So we're going to start basically basing in some hydrangea on the upper part of the tree. You can use pieces of hydrangea for event work. It's perfectly fine as long as you get those tucked deep down in. You can see the tree start to take shape as we add in our hydrangea. And we're going to move to the reflexed roses next. We can really start to get some movement with these and get a drippy effect. We also want to work in some of these quicksand roses and some of these early gray roses just for a little different color. Before our foam gets too full of flowers, we're going to add some of this gorgeous ranunculus to cascade throughout the tree as well. Perfect for a wedding. And part of the key, I think, to making this design interesting is cascading some of your flowers. Now we're going to add these lush, wonderful, dripping phalaenopsis into this tree. Well, adding those phalaenopsis really completed this, but I'm just going to add a little touch of hanging amaranthus just to give it a little bit of a woodsy feel. Now with the hanging amaranthus, I always strip the foliage off and just let the amaranth that's hanging down show. And with a beautiful tree like this, we have to make a beautiful statement down below. So we're going to kind of carry the same flowers down here and create a wonderful cascade along the table. So basing in the hydrangeas is a great way to start on the garlands. It fills up space. It's a great way to really add dimension. And as you can see, when I'm poking the stems into this Oasis, because I put the plastic around it, I'm just making a quick hole with my knife where I'm going to insert it. And again, going in with roses, ranunculus, and we're gonna finish off with the phalaenopsis. So this completes our amazing wedding design, a natural tree inspired design. I hope it's inspired you. We'll see you next time with more awesome blossoms.